Well, the Ministry of Environment was the focus of the Auditor General's latest report, and it was a damning one. Bonnie Lysyk's team found that the Ministry of Environment doesn't seem to operate with the environment's best interest in mind. Ontario's Auditor General shared 5 separate reports today, totaling almost 500 pages. For Bonnie Lysyk, it demonstrates how the Ministry of Environment isn't holding up its end of the bargain.
We believe that the public would expect a ministry named the Ministry of the Environment to take the lead and be proactive in ensuring that Ontario's environment is protected for future generations. However, our work indicated that there are many areas where this is not the case. It deliberately avoided consulting Ontarians on significant changes to the Environmental Assessment Act and the Conservation Authorities Act.
The report highlights several projects that got that exact treatment, including Highway 413, connecting the 400 to the 401 and 407, and the Bradford bypass, linking the 400 to 404.
Well, the Ford government is undermining and fast-tracking the environmental assessment process in order to build destructive highways. In the case of Highway 413, paving over 2,000 acres of good farmland, 400 acres of the Greenbelt, crossing 85 waterways, which threatens the ability of our wetlands in particular to clean our drinking water, protect us from flooding. Similar process happening with the Bradford bypass.
Minister of Environment David Piccini says the PCs are more transparent than previous governments.
It's exactly what our government is doing. We've reduced those stale notices, 93% reduction. We're reporting on what we're doing to Ontarians.
The report also listed 73,000 hazard waste spills over the past decade, adding that the province only asked for polluters to pay up just 3 times, with taxpayers footing the bill for the rest.
We estimated costs for a sample of 30 spills. Just 30 spills cost Ontarians an estimated $4.5 million in spill response costs. The total amount of unrecovered costs is potentially tens of millions of dollars more.
Piccini says a new initiative that allows Ontarians to text photos of spills is one way the ministry is addressing those incidents.
The majority of those 93,000 are minor spills in nature, but the major spills and an enforcement and actually going after repeat offenders, that's something the previous government failed to do and something I as minister am addressing.
Lysyk points out that all these decisions punish the province's at-risk species. She says that since 2009, the number of developments and projects that could harm protected species has increased by 6,000%. She says the ministry could help by simply saying no to some developments.
No application for a permit to harm a species has ever been denied.
The conditions that inform these permits aren't led by me. They're led by scientists and experts in the ministry. And then they put forward the conditions under which we issue the permits.
Bonnie Lysyk's team also pointed out that while everyday Ontarians are recycling and composting, businesses and institutions diverted only 15% of their waste away from landfills in 2018. She says if the province doesn't force businesses to shape up, the province will actually run out of landfill space in 11 to 14 years.